Hey, it's your girl Barbie J here, and we are talking about All the Queen's Men, Season 1, Episode 10, Everybody versus Madam. And this seems to be the season finale, and let me tell y'all something, it went out with a bang. I mean, everything is going wrong. I want to know how they going to put this together next season. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I tell you, let me say, before we get started, let me just give my shout out to everybody for supporting my channel and also ask you, for those of you who haven't subscribed to my channel, please take a moment and subscribe now, honey. Just hit that little red subscribe button and then you can hit the notification bell next to it and it'll let you know every time Barbie J uploads a new video. But let's get on with this episode. I'm going to try to make it quick. Let me tell y'all something. It started off the way last one ended, of course, with Doc had shot, was it Doc shot Tina? Because she pulled out a knife and was going to cut off his ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, honey, no. He wasn't having that. He need that thing. It already about to die off, I think, on him. Anyway, let me tell you. Not him. I'm sorry. I mixed him up with Midnight. Sorry. But anyway, so he's in the hotel room. Madam and Blue show up, and he tells them what happened with Tina, and they're like, "Damn, at least Blue is. You got blood everywhere. How you get blood everywhere? You know?" So they're telling him, Madam's telling him to leave, and that Blue will take care of it. Blue calls for backup to have somebody come and help her, and they're cleaning the place. But the thing is, it was a gunshot, so somebody's gonna call the police. You know that's gonna happen. So while Blue was there, the backup guy came to help her clean and everything. The cops come knocking. Damn it, the cops come knocking, and Blue is like, "Oh my God!" Like she don't know what to do. She told him to, be quiet. And then she was like, she told him sorry and shot him in the head and killed him. And then she ripped open her shirt and messed up her hair and started yelling, "He help! He's raping me! He raped me! He's trying to rape me!" and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if that's going to work. But the cops did bust in. So they bust in. And in the meantime, Doc is at with Madam, and he's feeling all guilty about what he did. And she's like, "Look, you got to do this. You got to act like nothing ever happened. And when in the morning, you're going to go to the gym and just keep moving, like." And it's hard for him. So he in there drinking and stuff. And she could see he hasn't shaking it off. He's just like his first time ever shooting somebody. But boy, when it came to his ding-a-ling-a-ling, he was like, "Oh hell no, I'll kill you for this dick." So that's what he did to Tina. So anyway, the last thing she said to him was, "Welcome to the other side of the family." And he's like, "Thank you, madam." I'm like, damn, once you kill somebody, you get on the other side, I guess, huh? So we go back to Blue, and they done got Blue in there. They done arrested her. The detective is talking to her, and she's telling her story. And she said, "But why is Tina's body in there?" And Blue made up some excuse for what it was, and they did. And they was like, "I don't believe a damn thing you say." She said, "Did you know that Tina was turning state's evidence against your boss, madam?" And she was like, "Who? Dina?" She said, "No, Tina." She said, I think she called her Gina or something, trying to act like she don't know. And the lady was like, "We're not going to do this today, Belinda." She said, "It's Blue." She said, "No, it's Belinda." And she told her, she called in detective. Blue asked for her phone call, and they wouldn't give her phone call. And that's when Blue turned into her regular self and was like, "Look, biatch, you going to give me, that shit is illegal. You going to give me my phone call." She was going in. But I think she should have still been playing the game, because when she went in like that, that's when the detective was like, "Maybe I'll give you one tomorrow." She didn't even care. And then she called in Lola to see if she had any questions for her. And Lola looked at her and said, "Not at the time." And Blue just looked at both of them and said, "You biatches are going to give me my phone call. Don't F with me right now." And like I said, she was like, they both just walked out and ignored her, to be honest. And so in the meantime, Dime, she drops off Amp at his rooming house, and he's in the car. He don't want to go in there. He want to have, letting her know it's been a while, basically. So he want to have sex with her. And she's like, well, what's that got to do with me? He's like, no, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or not, but it's just that, I ain't had none in a while. She was like, whatever. He said, look, I'm tired of being around men all the time. She said, but don't you have to check in here? And he's like, yeah, well, she's like, well, don't get in no trouble because of me on my account, no. So they did a little more talking and then they kissing goodbye. And that dude from the rooming house, what is his name? That dude from the rooming house. Not Red, the other one. Bob or something like that, the crazy one. I think it's Bill. Maybe it's Bill. He comes out there to the car and he bangs on the window. It's like, look, this is a decent neighborhood. You can't be out here effing in the middle of the street. And Diamond's like, did he just say that? What the hell? He was like, get your ass in here. And he's yelling at him to get in the house. And they kiss goodbye. And he gets out the car and he's like, yo, Bill, that was messed up. He's like, I don't give a damn. Get your ass in the house. I was like, come on. He's a grown man. He ain't doing nothing but sitting in a car and kissed a girl. Talking about having that fucking. It was just ridiculous. And then it switches over to Madam. She goes to see her dad. But she calls Blue and letting her know, you should have let me know and called me last night to let me know you finished everything. Call me when you get this message. So she's in the room with her dad and his nurse or somebody comes in there and she's telling him how he's doing and everything. And then the nurse wants to ask a personal question, not to get in your business. She said, but why are you asking? And she said, well, because it's about his care. She said, since he's been here, he has been visited by the FBI 2 different times and stuff to see him. And she was like, are we in some type of danger? And so Madam tells her about her dad's past and everything. And the lady's letting her know. She said, well, I could tell something's wrong. He's not really doing well. She's like, are you trying to make me feel worse? And she's like, no. I just was like, if they don't believe that he's sick, it's terrible. So she said they really should leave him alone. She said she did. They should leave him alone. That's what Madam said. But they don't, unfortunately, and they'll probably continue. So she dismisses the lady to leave them alone. And she's telling her dad, Madam's telling her dad she brought him his favorite dessert from this place and she's feeding him and he's liking it. And she's talking to him. And every time she's about to say something like incriminating about her life, like she got these two bodies, and he would call, and interrupt her. And then she tried to say it again. She said, are you okay? And then when she tried to say it again, he coughed again. I got these two he started doing that. And his eyes open real wide. And he's like kind of moving his head like signaling. She's like, okay, hold up. Wait a minute here. So she corrects herself and said, I got these 2 beautiful bodies and they're going to make me a whole lot of money and stuff. And he didn't cough then. So then she was like, let me take you in the bathroom and clean you up. So once they in the bathroom with the door closed, he says to her, sorry, no one can know. And she's looking at him with her eyes wide open like, I can't believe it. She's like, Daddy. He's like, no one could know. I'm so glad he told her, you got me away from your crazy ass sister. She up there having sex right in front of me and stuff. He said, I can't stand her. I'm going to put a bullet in her damn head. He said, and he told her, he's like, with all this stuff you going to, he said, he's telling Madam, you kill anyone, any mother effer who trying to kill you. He said, I didn't raise you to be weak. Do it for my blood that's in you. I was like, oh my God. And then he said that they got a camera in there. They got a camera in this room. And next time she come on a visit, to put her pocketbook in front of the camera. So to block them. So while he's telling her this stuff, what was weird was that the nurse came in. She came in and she goes, is everything okay? She's like, oh no, I just spilled some stuff on him. But she could have been listening to that bathroom door. For some reason, I don't trust that nurse. I don't know why. I don't know, but if she was down with it, he wouldn't know that she's down with it too. But, she's like, I'm so glad you're okay though, Daddy. He's like, I'm not okay because they're watching me. He said, I wish I could put my arms around you and do all of this stuff, but I can't. He said, so I feel bad, But that was that part. I was like, interesting. Then it switches back over to that rooming house with Red and Amp. Ugh. And Amp tells Red that he's leaving. He's like, really? Why? He said, honestly, he said, there's something a little off about you. He said, what? He said, I don't trust you. He said, yo, that really hurts, man. But he says, sorry, but it's real. It's real. And he said, it's real, dog, or something like that. And he said, I found another place. The landlord lives in the house, and she take my money, and then I'll be there. He said, what did Mr. Paul say? He said, what can Mr. Paul say? He said, oh, you right about that. He said, I wish I had me an aunt who could put me on. He said, it ain't about that. He was like, you could do it. You just got to work hard and stuff. He said, so when can I go down there and put in an application? He said, dude, come on with that. He said, look, let me go down there and talk to them. He told them about Dime is the manager and Blue is the security, head of security. He could talk to one of them. He said, I'll go down there first next week, talk to my aunt and let them know ahead of time that you coming, and then you could, but they're not gonna put you around money, He said, why? You think I'm gonna steal from them? He says, not about that. It's about you. I'm thinking it's temptation, yielding to temptation with the money and stuff. But he was like, no, I'll do that. He said, well, thank you, thank you, dude, I appreciate it. And Amp is still looking at him as he turns and walks away. And Amp is looking at him kind of funny and strange, because he was like, I'll go down there now. And we know what happens when he goes down there, right? But in the meantime, Cat goes to the prison and sees, or jail, I guess it's called, and sees her woman, which is Blue, sitting in the cell. And she's like, what the are you doing here? And she's like, I can't talk to you here. And Cat starts an argument with Blue while they're in prison. While she's sitting there. And she's blaming, Madam for it. She's like, why hasn't she done anything? Because she don't know I'm here. And then she's going, you didn't come home, you didn't call. She's like, they wouldn't let me get a call. It's like, hello, you see she's in here. It's your people, Cat, who got her blocked up, and won't let her make a call or anything. So she's mad. She's like, look, I can't believe you doing this. Are you effing her too? You in here for her and all this stuff. I was like, this is crazy. She said, why don't you calm your ass down? Calm your ass down, Blue was telling her. We going to do this shit here? Yeah, we going to do this here and all this stuff. And she's like, I got something for her. She said, don't go there acting stupid. You don't want no problems with her. You don't want no problems with her. No, I got this. I got this. And she runs out of the place like she going to go tell Madam off. This is so crazy. Cat, you in the middle of too much stuff. Because she told her, Cat, she's done so much for us. She said, at what price? At what price? But you wasn't saying that when she was doing it, okay? You knew there would be a price at some point. You're not stupid. You're not a child. We all know that there's a price and a cost for everything. I just think Kat's a little jealous of the relationship that Blue has with Madam and her loyalty to her, But, yeah, she's dangerous. She thinks it's a little dangerous, and it is. But you knew this all along, Kat. Come on now. Anyway, they switch into the precinct, and the detectives are all talking, and Lola's there, and the judge shows up. Remember Judge Ross? She's up in there too, because she got a bone to pick with her as well. So that's why the title is Everybody versus Madam. So Detective Davis says she's representing the city of Atlanta. She's representing the city of Atlanta against Marilyn DeVille, who calls herself Madam, and they all giggling and stuff. And she's like, she is to be considered armed and dangerous at all times. At all times. And we are bringing a case up against her, too, and we're going to get a judge to sign a warrant to bring her in for questioning, because we got a missing body and a dead body, for a witness. And Judge Ross steps up and says, I'd gladly sign that warrant. And Detective Davis is like, I knew we could count on you, Judge. And Kat is there, like, kind of like hanging out, checking out what's going down and stuff. And the judge says, hey, to Kat, hey, don't I know you? And she said, do you? She said, I think I do. She said, I don't recall. I don't think so, Judge. I don't recall. She said, yeah, I think so. She's remembering Kat's the one who pulled her over for drinking, trying to drive off while drinking, from the club that night. Oh, this is getting really deep, this episode. How are we going to get out of this, Madam? because it don't even end there. So they at the gym, and they looking for Midnight's like, where's Doc? And they say, oh, Doc is over there. And he goes over to say, why Doc ain't working out? So he go and ask Doc what's going on. You got that look like, oh man, that's your baby that girl had? Is it your baby? He said, nah, it ain't about that. He said, well, what's wrong? So Doc is asking Midnight if he have any bodies. And he was like, what? He said, you know, we talk about that shit around here. He said, what, you got a body? He's like, yeah, when? Recently. He's like, recently? He said, was they a bad person? He said, nah. He said, that makes it worse. Oh, man, that makes it worse, though, you know, get over it. He said, wait, were they trying to hurt you in some kind of way? He said, yeah. He said, well, that's how we give. We get them before they get us. You know, that's how we roll. That's how it goes. He said, the more you sit here thinking about it, the worse it gets. So, you know, it's harder to get rid of it out of your mind. So, come on, let's go over there and work out. So they just went to work out and try to work it out of his spirit. So he's still dealing with that. But I can't imagine. That got to be something that messes with you for a long time, because he used to have sex with that girl. But then she was about to do a Lorena Bobbitt on him and cut off his member. I tell you. Y'all remember Lorena Bobbitt? What is it? What is her name? Lorena Bobbitt. She cut off her husband's ding dong and took it and drove off and threw it in the woods somewhere or something. Oh my God. And they put that thing back on. And then I think he became an exotic dancer, tried to be one with it. Anyway, let's get back to the show. Anyhow, what happened next? Amp shows up at the club talking about he left some shoes. Now, Red shows up at the club. Now, Amp told him not to go until next week. He said, I'm ready to go now. See, he crazy. And Amp was right. There is something a little off about him, because he shows up to the club and Diamond's like, what are you doing here? You need to get out of here. Go. And she's like, Amp didn't tell me anything about you coming, so you need to come back when he comes. He said, oh, I need to come back. And he's looking all funny. She said, yeah, you need to leave. And he pulls out a gun on her. She was like, are you crazy? She said, do you know whose damn club this is? This is Madam. You don't want no mess with her. There's cameras up in here. This the way you want to die. This the way you want to go out. And he was like, shut up and go ahead. And he pushed her in the back. I don't know how he remembers or knows where Madam's office is. And he pushes her into the office with the gun, telling her to shut up. And she's like, Negro, you know how many guns I done had in my face? He said, bitch, shut up. She's like, bitch. She said, no, nigga, I got your bitch. And he's like, she pushed the gun down, slapped the gun down, and he pushes her again and hits her with the gun on his fist or something and knocks her down, and she gets back up. So she's like, nigga, F you. And he hit her again, and she fell into the wall. The wall in Madam's office where Blue kept saying, get rid of that money. The wall opened up, and all this money is coming out. So they must have put that sheet right up real cheap, because when he hit Dime, she probably don't even know. She fell into the wall and hit the floor. So she's out on the floor, and he's like, oh shit, all this money is falling out the wall. So you know he gonna pocket all that money and run. And he's like pulling the wall down. He's like, oh shit, just ripping out the sheetrock so he could get to that money. It's going to all be gone by the time Madam get back. She wouldn't listen to Blue when Blue kept telling her to get rid of it and put it somewhere safe. So the guys are in the room, and they're saying they haven't seen Blue or Dime, you know. But how come nobody has gone in the damn room, like in Madam's office, to see what's going on? It's not making sense. That's what I don't like when shows do stuff like this, because they're always in her office for something. Why not go in there and see if she's okay? But they said they haven't seen anybody. No wonder the music is off. You know, they don't know what's going on. And they looking at Trouble is up in there doing stuff. And they get ready. What is his name? Doc calls Madam and tells her that, you know, what are we going to do? She said, well, Blue and Dime know what to do. He said, but that's the thing. Blue ain't here. He ain't never told her Dime wasn't there. He just said Blue ain't there. And she said, well, y'all get a routine together and get on that stage. So they coming out, you know, and he said he wasn't going to get on the stage. She said, Negro, get on the stage and start acting like you know, you can't act like that anything's wrong. So they, what does he do? They going in the hallway and they see Trouble in the hallway smoking. And she told them she opened up and had to do it on her own. She didn't know what to do. They said, "Oh man, what is going on?" So they asked her to introduce him. They like, no. She was like, "I had to introduce myself. Y'all introduce yourself." He said, "See, Midnight said we should let her get her ass beat before she being all arrogant and stuff, talking about she ain't leave them no money because she went there, did her thing and all this stuff." Trouble is a mess. She is really a mess. But she said, "Okay, I'm going to introduce y'all." So she going in and introduced them and said, "Yeah, I had the best and now y'all going to get the rest. My booze." And then she was like, "Nah, I'm just kidding." And she introduced them and they come out and do their little routine and stuff, working the floor with the ladies. So Madam starts calling around. She calling Dime. Dime's not answering. She's like, "Tell Blue, blah, 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 blah." And she's like, "And where are you? Nobody's answering their damn phone today." And next thing you know, her phone rings and it's Judge Frost. She says she never forgets a thing and she's a woman who operates within legal boundaries, meaning I'm about to wax you. The judge said she just wanted to hear her voice, you know, so free. How it sounds right now, so fine and free or something like that. She told her, she said, "I just want." She said, "What, are you threatening me or something like that?" And she was like, "No, I just want to see how you doing and stuff. It might sound different soon and all this stuff. You'll find out soon enough why I'm calling." And she said, "Well, fine, get the F off my phone and don't call me no more." And when she hangs up from her, then the door, somebody banging on the door. And who you think this is banging on the door like they the po-po? And it is the po-po. It's Cat. And Cat comes there to give her a piece of her mind about what she's putting Blue through. So Cat is going off and she's getting all loud with Madam. And Madam's like cook or chef or somebody comes around that corner like he gonna do something. She's like, "What the fuck you gonna do?" And Madam's like, "No, I got this. You go back there." She said, "Who you think? You better lower your damn voice and lower your tone." She was telling Cat. And Cat thought she could say whatever she wants. "You got 24 hours and I'm tired of your shit and all." She doing all this going on. And she was like, "Okay." And she turned to walk out, and Madam pulled out a gun and shot a bullet right over her head, right through her front door. And she said, "Bitch, I don't know who the fuck you thinking you are talking to, coming into my house with talking to me like a rabbit ass." What did she call a rabbit ass effing dog and stuff? She said, "You don't know who I am. I don't know if she told you." She said, "But I am not playing." She said, "We're going to start with an apology." She said, "If you don't know, I am not the one. I will die right here in a shootout." Because when she shot her, Cat turned around and had a gun out. She said, "Shoot me, goddammit. Shoot me, motherfucker." She said, "Isn't that what they teach you in the academy? Do it." "I did do it because I will die right here in a shootout," she told her. So Cat didn't shoot her or anything. But she did apologize like Madam told her. "You gonna start with that apology." She said, "Do you not understand that I am crazy, fucking crazy, bitch? I am that crazy person. This ain't no damn game." And she went off on her. She's like, She said, "Now get the fuck out of my house." And when Cat ran out the house, she went, "Ah!" And then kept running. And she ran. And Madam came to the door and she see Amp laying on the ground, shot and shaking. And she's just staring. Because see, she the one that did that. She just shot her nephew. Oh my God. So it ended like this. I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to see what they're gonna do next season with all of this stuff going down. Blue's in jail. What's her name? Dime got beat up. All her money gonna be going out that wall. How he getting all that money out the wall without out of that place without nobody seeing it unless he going out the back door? That's the only way Red could get rid of all of that. So they gonna have to get Red and get him back. But this is crazy. Amp's gonna be in the hospital. Oh God, I hope he don't die. He can't die. Anyway, I hope y'all like this last episode, the season finale. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. I know it played months ago and stuff, and that Christian Keys didn't want people reviewing it, but I had to do this last episode. I hope y'all enjoyed it and have a blessed Thanksgiving. This your girl Barbie J saying peace.